Let's take a look at the circus tent, and then we'll look at the background elements. These are very bright colors, and going back to Illustrator to correct them is fine. You can use tint maybe. There's other color corrections that we could apply to it. I'm going to drag it on top of the tents. Feel a little more grayscale. Instead of being 100% amount of tint, could pull it back a little bit. So that's a quick way to adjust some colors using tint. I want to add a little bit of movement to this illustrated tent. You could do that by using Turbulent Displace. I'll just type in Displace and select Turbulent Displace, and I'll put it on the tent layer. Wow, yeah, this could be a fun psychedelic circus. All right, so a little bit too much displacement. There's under displace here, there's an amount, and at 0, well, let me get to 0 because you could go negative, no displacement. Then there's going in between these numbers, which could be fun. Also, there's evolution, which will bring it to life. I'm selecting a small amount for displacement. 10 was fine. You encounter evolution when creating the stars. Fractal noise has an evolution, and many of After Effects effects have evolution. Going to Option click or Alt click to expose the code for this. I'm going to type in time multiplied by, and let me try something soft like 100. I misspelled time. Make sure you spell things correctly. It's always a good idea to double click. Now eliminate a typo. So time multiplied by 100, and let's take a look at this. I'm just going to preview a little area. N key here to trim the workspace, and I want to see the robot come out. So B key for the beginning. And I'll let this get into cache and just look at it. You want to play with the amount of turbulence. Here's a big amount. Big windy day there. And a little bit too distorted, so this seems like a bad robot dream. I'm going to set this down back to 10. The other parameter that we could play with is the speed. If it looks too prominent, maybe time multiplies by the number 10, would be softer look. Depending upon how long this piece is supposed to exist. If this was animation for a live event and this is playing in the background, whether it's a Zoom chat or background of a stage, then having smaller numbers would be better, a little softness. This is something that's going to just exist for a few moments. Something like 10 seconds in all. And you need to get a lot across in 10 seconds. Setting this back to 100. I'm just going to take a look at one more thing. And that is the center of the offset of turbulence. You can click on this target and pick where this is happening from. By moving that target lower, the turbulence is coming from this point outward. If this target was higher, picking the target again, let's say around the flag, this becomes a stable point, and the bottom of the tents are moving a lot. You see that? Let me move that target lower to this part of the tent, and this part of the tent is more stable than the top part. And that's introduction to turbulence.